Hey guys, and welcome back to Enshrouded. And what we're doing here today is I'm showing off Ashbourne Manor. So I'm currently building this entire town. Ashbourne Manor sits in the sleepy heart of Hearth Vale, here in Ember Vale. I mean, let's face it, as the Flameborn, you're rescuing all these NPCs, all these survivors, all the pure souls, and they've got to have a place to live. And let's face it, you want somewhere reasonably normal, and what better place to build it than here below the low mid, or actually between the low meadows and the springlands. So let's have a quick look. Put my HUD on. There we go. Let's just zoom out there. You can see the alchemist towers just over here. I'm right in the centre here, right at the lake. I'm sure you've probably all seen it. For reference, there's the ancient spire of the springlands. There's the low meadows, and we are up north centre near the alchemist tower over at this lake. You can just about see it on the map. You'll see a few water sources. Yes, I've had to place 2 altars. Yes, they're both level 4, but we're not here to see the town. I want to show you Ashbourne Manor, because even the Flameborn has to have a place to live. So let's go and have a look. As you can see, I've tried to make this, stand out a little bit. So you have a rather sort of, noble manor entrance here. And I wanted to set it, as part of the town. So we don't want high walls as in, massive defensive, keep people out. We want to be a part of the community. Yeah, at the same time have a nice place to go to where the Flameborn can relax. I mean, you've come back from, killing Fell and righting wrongs and everything, and really you could do with a nice place just to chill out, just to relax. Even nice little quiet places here where you can sit, where you can still be part of the community, but still have a bit of you time, because that's important even in real life, just to have a little bit of you time. And that's why I've added just a little bit of water, a couple of small fountains there. So that way, I think the sound of water is always very relaxing. Flame altar in the centre because, this is the Flameborn. And this being Ashbourne Manor, I felt it right to have a flame altar in the centre. But, the weather here is not always great. Sometimes you have a spot of rain. Sometimes you have those storms. But maybe you still want to sit outside, in which case, somewhere else, somewhere just a little bit more peaceful, a little bit more relaxing, somewhere where you can listen to the sounds of water, listen to the sounds of rain, but not get soaked. You have a nice little seating area here, so you can see you've got your outside bench over the other side, and this is more of your covered inside bench. But let's take a look inside the manor. I mean, as you can see from the front of it, thankfully I think the ivy disguises a lot of the front of the building. I think it makes it look more weathered, more lived in. I mean, let's face it, I'm probably more well known for doing rebuilds. A lot of the time I rebuild a place that's already on the map. But no, this one I just built by hand. Well, the whole village I've built by hand. I think there was only one little fishing hut here when I got here. But yeah, I decided to take a break and actually just build something for a change. I like the fact that night's setting in, because now you should be able to see things a little better. This place with the lighting looks a lot warmer, a lot cosier, and a lot friendlier as the night draws in. As you can see, I've put some nice lights in the flower beds and in the gardens that hopefully light this place up nicely. I didn't want it overpowered, I didn't want bright lights. I just want it to be inviting, I want it to look warm, cosy. But as it's night, the night draws in, Let's go inside and have a look. See, we've got our planters either side the door there. I do love the daylilies. They give off a very nice sort of red look there. And as we head into the entranceway, you know I'm going to have to close the door. Sorry about this, you're probably looking, but that door's got to be closed. Grand hallway, or entranceway if you wish. So let's head off. I mean, when you first come in, probably being, you know, you probably want to come in, you probably want to have something to eat. You come back from fighting, you cleared another area of the fell, gathered some more important items. So what you want to do is put your feet up, have something to eat. Well, maybe invite a few friends over, have a bit of a social for a change. A nice little, dinner's not ready, you know, you can always come over here, listen to the sounds of the water, look out the windows if it wasn't night. Wait for dinner to be prepared. Whether it's being prepared for you, of course, or whether you're preparing your own. You still might want to come in here and wait and sit down. Being ready, of course. Table all laid out and set. And take a seat. It looks like we have pumpkin soup, beef stew. Maybe put the catches up on the wall there. See, we have a few fish. I mean, there's a huge lake outside. Why would you not go fishing? And of course, they're not just for eating. I mean, sit, eat your dinner. See a few of the fish swimming around in the inside aquarium. There you have your dining room. And of course, straight onto it, the kitchen. Here's where all the magic literally happens. You got some lovely ingredients. See, we've got some meat being prepared there. Probably ready to go on. Looks like wolf ribs. Sink for washing up. It's all your oils. List of recipes there on the side. Probably got those from Emily Frey. A list of her new recipes and food to try. Different ingredients to help you with your stamina, your health. Baskets of fruit over there. Ready for a nice fruit bowl, I dare say. And of course, we have the fish grill there. Coffee grinder. And of course, coffee maker. As you can see here, we have the full kitchen. Some nice cupboards there where you can keep more than a few of your dry goods, cutlery, bowls, plates, spice rack just up above here. See, we have some utensils hanging from a rack underneath. Oh, it looks like we've got strawberry pie or fruit bowl for afterwards. Oh, someone's having it's a good cheeky gentian tea just there. Down here you can see we have our basket of tomatoes. Now if that is full, obviously the tomatoes at the bottom are going to be squashed, but hey, make tomato juice. Got squashed tomatoes? Make tomato juice. Nothing goes to waste. Of course, if you decided that you don't want to prepare this yourself and you know, you wanted to hire a cook for the house, well, they'd need somewhere to stay. And what better than their own room here at the back of the house? Little seating area for them. You know, you can sit here, they can look out the window, they've got plenty of light coming in, nice little read. And this connects to the other rooms. So as you can see, wherever they need to go, if they want to stay out of sight of guests or... There's ways in, ways out. Ensuite bathroom. Okay, let's close the door. That's the trouble. One square bathrooms are always just a little bit squashy. Squishy, however you want to put it. Sink just there. I mean, you know, nice This toilet area. Trouble with the weathered stone. It comes free with bones. I wish we could remove those. Great for decoration if you're doing a dungeon. Not so great if you want to do it in a building. Sadly, bones are not optional. Here we have the sleeping area again. Nice little area, warm, dry. Windows looking at the outside so you don't feel suddenly dark and crammed in. And then they have... Dun dun dun! So this is the area you come after dinner. If you have guests. You've got a few guests over, you know, you've just had a nice big meal. And so now you need somewhere to sit, socialise and, you know, basically have fun. Maybe you want to play a few games, you know. A few books to read in here. Again, sound of water. Nice little nook over here where you can just, you know, take a seat. Put your feet up. Have a read. You still see outside the window, whether it's, you know, morning, noon or night. Table over here. Maybe you want to play a game of chess or drafts or, you know, checkers. Again, you know, this is the relaxation and see, we've even bought a few blueberry pies there. Again, we've got spiced tea there. Herbal mountain tea. Storage for games, books and such. Nice lighting with the starlight blocks. I really do like those. They add a nice element. Nice warm cosy area. Complete with cushions. I think if you put the cushions on the chair, you can't actually sit down. I am trying to sit down, but I don't think you can. Sadly, when you've put cushions down on them, it blocks the seating area. However, we'll still make it look like we're sitting. See, we've got the fire there. Nice cosy little room to sit down, put your feet up, let your food go down. And then, you know, maybe indulge in a few activities. You know, with friends or guests. Anybody you've invited over. And of course, there's a little secret door over there if you want to quickly nip to the kitchen and grab yourself some snacks. And back out into the hallway. And of course, we've already been through the centre door there. That leads to the cook's quarters. Of course, let's head upwards. Upwards and onwards. Or as they would say, onwards and upwards, I believe. So to the left here, you know, maybe the house has a, maybe in the olden times you'd have called him a seneschal, or, you know, a butler. Either way, anybody who's running the household for the Flameborn while you're away. If you have one. Maybe you take care of things yourself, but either way. Got a nice little welcome place here. Again, a nice little nook where they can sit down, put their feet up, read a book, chill out, take time for themselves. Again, the emphasis on taking time for yourselves. Nice little place for luggage at the top of the wardrobe there. Obviously, you can make sure you're properly attired in the morning. A nice lengthy mirror there. Bed there, just in case of disturbance during the night, in case of a patrol. Weapon close at hand. Just in case. And of course, ensuite bathroom. Now a little bit bigger than the cook's bathroom, obviously. But the usual fare, you know. Kitchen, shower, bath, and toilet. But of course, if you've invited guests over, they may have come from, you know, far and wide. You may have invited another Flameborn over. You know, let's face it, there's not just one Flameborn. Everyone's a Flameborn. You, me, anybody who plays the game, Flameborn. So, there's lots of us. And if you do have guests over, well, you're going to need somewhere for them to stay. I mean, they could stay at the inn next door. Yes, there is an inn next door. However, you might want to share towels and you don't want to be a bad host. So, you're going to need somewhere for them to stay, right? Right. So, here we have guest room. See, nice little bed set up in here. So there's a book laid out by the side. Plenty of space to put clothes and belongings. Even a little critter plushie up on the top there. Just in case they need some company during the night. You don't know. And then we have again. Nice little seating area. Just in case they're thirsty. Jug, glass. You know, kind of like the comforts of home. Home from home. Somewhere to put their armour and put their clothes. You know, they need somewhere a rack to place it all on. Maybe a fire, because, you know, maybe they get a bit chilly. Maybe they come in from being rained on. Maybe they just want to get warm and dry, in which case they have their own fire. Yes, another bathroom. Oh my goodness, but the guests, they need to have an ensuite. Bathroom, like any other, obviously. Maybe a little bit more upmarket than most. You see, we have the red marble tile at the back there, and we have the Vale water basin bathroom set, the pearl bathroom set. Just slightly more than the butler or the seneschal, but then again, you'll have noticed even he has the Albanese bathroom set. So I have done this up specifically with comfort level and taste in mind. And I believe this place actually sits at a comfort level of 109. We'll check that before I go. You guys have a slightly better look from the area. So you have some heads up on the wall there. Tapestries over on the wall. And as we come round, you can see down below, you can see who's coming in, who's going out. Wisp Wyvern head over there. Again, with the sort of little nooks and areas where you can sit, you can read, and chill out. And from here, obviously, you can look out and you kind of see the rest of the town out there. I mean, we're still not too high, but you can see the lake and you can see the town from here. Take a load off your feet. As we come around here, that ivy is very pervasive. I mean, even in real life, that stuff gets everywhere. You got ivy climbing up. Well, in this game, it looks very good. So here we have, bookcase. You want to store your books and magazines. Anybody who's reading up here on the mezzanine. I mean, it's a balcony, but I've heard them called that. And again, here we have looking out over the forest at the back of the manor. Again, nice little seating area. Some instruments here, so maybe you want to come over here. Maybe you want to play over the harp or the hand pan just there. Let's take a look. Now, no manor is going to be replete without having stairs up, but a library. I mean, it's all very well having these bookcases around with a few odds and ends, but you're finding books all over in Vale. And really, you want a place to store them so you can sit down, read them at your leisure. Information, knowledge. Knowledge is the key. Of course, they say knowledge is power, but it's how you use that, really, isn't it? As you can see, here we have an index. So you're trying to find a particular book. Come over here, look it up. I'm sure you'll be able to find out which shelf it's on. Of course not. I know you're asking the question, but are you going to stand up and read all these? No, of course not. We have the obligatory seating area just around here, tucked in this little area here. You can sit down. It's very quiet at the back of the house. You're far away from the town and noises and anything else. You can sit down in here, See, there's a pile of books already waiting. Somebody's been reading. Instruments up on the wall there. And a few other decorations. Can even take a Vuka blessing as you pass. And of course, whatever area can you have? I mean, the Flameborn by this point has been on many journeys, many quests. You've been about the world, you've seen a few things, you've been in Hearth Vale. What better way to remember them than a remembrance room? I mean, in here you have the Hollow Hall trophies. Over here, reminding us of the Hollow ones. Statues from the Blackmire. You can regale any visitors with stories of your tales in the Blackmire. How you got lost in the swamps. Your heroic escape. Your fight against the Drac in the many Drac temples. Reclaiming these tablets. Learning all about the Drac. And how many different types of Drac there are. Skull totems for decoration. And of course fossils. Fossils from the time before Hearth Vale. And the Vuka, of course. Who can forget Vuka being at Fort Kelvin? And how they took a tremendous dislike to people. So much so that they were throwing them off cliffs. Hey, we won't hold that against them much. Just beat the living tar out of them the next time you catch them. So there you go. A remembrance room, like I said, so you can regale your guests with various stories of your deeds. And of course, last but not least, you need somewhere to stay. I mean, you know, the Flameborn needs a room. And it's right at the top here. Oh, got another little view out onto the back of the manor here as we head up. So we have a plethora of colour up here as we placed flowers. Bed over here, somewhere at the bottom of the bed to place a few of your items, clothes, spare quilts maybe, otherwise. And of course we have the flame motif at the back of the bed there. Some of the lovely little glowing lights from Vale Water Basin. Again, we have the Drac to thank for those. Row of cabinets here for personal items and effects. Spare clothes and such. There we have nice wooden carved window ledges here. Big windows. I like a lot of light. I've probably said that in every single one of my videos, but I do like a lot of light. And I love the views in this game. They're wonderful. Have a nice little seating area yourself. You can sit down, have something to eat. Looks like we're having stir fry up here. Maybe you don't want to eat in the dining room. Maybe you want somewhere just a little bit more, you know, comfortable, a little bit more personal. You don't want company tonight? Bring yourself a meal up here. Take a seat. Put your feet up by the fire. Maybe just have a little doze in the chairs. Scavenger motif up on the wall there. Again, some Drac vases to either side of the bookcase. Wardrobes along this side. Again, you're going to want somewhere to store your armour, store your clothes. Maybe even store some of your weapons in there, although you might want to put those out on display. And of course, got to have your own bathroom. Again, Vale Water Basin bathroom set, you know, with the pearl and everything. Boost that comfort value. You don't want the water going everywhere. We've got a few screens around them. I know they're dividers, but we're using them to keep the water off. Although, to be fair, if we wanted to go a step further, probably should have made a wet room. Nice little bath there. You can see you've got all your scents and oils and jewellery boxes placed on the side there. You know, toilet there. Little purple pendants. I mean, you know, when you get up during the night and it's pitch dark and you can't see where you're going, I mean, nice little purple lights there. Guide you to the toilet. Seemed like a good idea. I'm not going to say why I came up with that idea, but lights to guide you to the toilet in the dark. Great idea, if you ask me. Again, with the windows, nice amount of light, and this time, I wonder if we can actually... Can you see the town from it? You kind of can. You kind of can. No, that's kneeling down. But the window's just a little too high there. Yeah, you can see... Oh, you can see the town hall across the lake. And a few of the buildings, the market square. And that's what I love about having your own personal room at the top of the place. Much better view. You can get to overlook everything. And that's the Flameborn's room. Like I said, somewhere to sit down, somewhere to chill out, somewhere to relax. Take a weight off your feet. That's what I like best about the balcony. I'm not going to lie, there's a 5-year-old in me that comes to that balcony and just thinks, I just want to hop over. I can't be bothered with the stairs. I mean, they're seconds away. It would take 2 seconds to walk down the stairs, but the 5-year-old in me just says, hop over the banisters, just go for it. And back out into the garden. And that is Ashbourne Manor. A home for the Flameborn. As I said, I just thought it was fitting. I thought if you're having a town, a place where all the NPCs and settlers are going to, you know, settle down, build a new life after some of their horrific stories. Some of the bad things they've been through. I mean, you know, they need some normalcy in their lives. They need to, you know, try and get back to normal. So, as the Flameborn, you want to give them that. Whether it's whether you built them a nice base, whether you built them, you know, a castle, a mansion, or whatever else, or an entire town, or, you know, a village. But that is it. That's Ashbourne Manor. I'll walk carefully along here because the lake's right behind me, and we all know that I'll probably end up stepping back and into it. But with that, I have to say, if you made it this far in the video, thank you very, very much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. And honestly, I appreciate any of the comments down below. Like I said, thank you for watching. Greatly appreciated. If you leave a like, please do. That's, again, greatly appreciated. And yeah, please do leave a comment. But wherever you are in the world, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're staying safe. So whether it's morning, noon or night, please do take care of yourselves. And until the next video, it's goodbye from me.